Alright, let's continue on and look at the last group of new spells from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Now we've got the higher level spells, those of level 6 to 9. So looking here at our first spell of 6th level, we got Summon Fiend. Just like the other summon spells that we've seen, casting time of 1 action, range of 90 feet, and again cost 100 gold per spell level, and it's going to last up to an hour. So before we look at the stat block, look at the information they give you right here on this summon. You call forth the Fiendish Spirit. It manifests in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. This corporeal form uses the Fiendish Spirit stat block. When you cast the spell, choose Demon, Devil, or Yugoloth, any one of the 3. The creature resembles a fiend of the chosen type, which determines certain traits in the stat block. And as always, if its hit points drop to 0 or the spell ends, it will disappear. So look at the Fiendish Spirit stat block. First of all, notice this is a large fiend. We've seen the summons get larger and larger as we move up through the levels of the spells. So looking at the armor class, 12 plus the level of the spell. Hit points, 50 for demon only, 40 for devil, and 60 for Yugoloth, and then add another 15 for every spell level above 6th. Speed of 40, you get a climbing speed of 40 for the demon, and a fly of 60 for the devil. As you would expect, damage resistances, fire, immunities, poison, condition immunities, poison, dark vision, 60 here, and languages, abyssal, infernal, and telepathy, 60 feet. So with demon only, it'll get death throws. When the fiend drops to 0 hit points or the spell ends, the fiend explodes, and each creature within 10 feet of it must make a dexterity saving throw against your spell save DC. A creature takes 2d10 plus the spell's level fire damage on a failed save, half that on a successful. With devil only, they get devil's sight. Magical darkness doesn't impede the fiend's dark vision. And then, of course, they all get magic resistance. Actions, they get the same multi-attack. Take the spell level, divide by 2, round it down, gives you a maximum of 4 attacks. With the demon only, they get a bite. Considered a melee weapon attack, uses your spell attack modifier to hit, reach of 5, and the target hit will take a d12, getting up in the dice, plus 3 plus the spell's level necrotic damage. The Yugoloth gets claw attacks, melee weapon attack, same as before, uses your spell attack modifier to hit, reach of 5. On a hit, going to do 1d8 plus 3 plus the spell's level slashing damage. Immediately after the attack hits or misses, the fiend can magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space it can see. And then for devil only, gets Hurl Flame, a ranged spell attack using your spell attack modifier, range of 150 feet. This is going to do 2d6 plus 3 plus the spell's level and fire damage. If the target is a flammable object that isn't being worn or carried, it's going to catch fire, just like you'd see with a fireball or anything such as that. So there's your Summon Fiend. Pretty good little spell right there. So now we've got a 6th level Transmutation spell, Tasha's Otherworldly Guise. So look at the casting time, only 1 bonus action. Going to cost 500 gold piece, last up to 1 minute, so it's not very long. Uttering an incantation, you draw on the magic of the lower planes or the upper planes, your choice, to transform yourself. Here's what you'll gain until the spell ends. You are immune to fire and poison if you draw on the magic of the lower planes, or radiant and necrotic if you draw on the upper. You're immune to the poison condition if you use the lower, charm condition if you use the upper. Spectral wings appear on your back, giving you a flight speed of 40, pretty nice. Plus 2 bonus to armor class. All your weapon attacks will become magical, and when you make a weapon attack, you can use your spell casting ability modifier instead of strength or dex for the attack and damage rolls, both of them. You can attack twice instead of once when you take the attack action on your turn. You ignore this benefit if you already have a feature like extra attack. So that's a good little list of bonuses right there, and it's a 6th level spell, so pretty good little group of additions are given. Now we move down here towards the bottom. to a 7th level spell, Dream of the Blue Veil. Now look at the casting time, 10 minutes. This is a long one. Duration, 6 hours. You and up to 8 willing creatures within range fall unconscious for the spell's duration and experience visions of another world on the material plane, such as Oerth, Toril, Kryn, or Eberron. If the spell reaches its full duration, the visions conclude with each of you encountering and pulling back a mysterious blue curtain. The spell then ends with you mentally and physically transported to the world that was in the visions. To cast this spell, you must have a magic item that originated on the world you wish to reach, and you must be aware of the world's existence, even if you don't know the world's name. Your destination in the other world is a safe location within 1 mile of where the magic item was created. Alternatively, you can cast the spell if one of the affected creatures was born on the other world, which causes your destination to be a safe location within 1 mile of where that creature was born. The spell ends early on a creature if that creature takes any damage and the creature isn't transported. If you take any damage, the spell ends for you and all other creatures with none of you being transported. So you got to have a magic item or someone from that place where you want to go, but it's going to send you to a safe spot close to it. And then lastly here we have a 9th level Conjuration spell, Blade of Disaster, and this thing can be devastating. So look at this, for a 9th level spell, that's amazing, a 1 bonus action casting time, going to last up to a minute. You create a blade-shaped planar rift about 3 feet long in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. The blade lasts for the duration. When you cast this spell, you can make up to 2 melee spell attacks with the blade, each one against a creature, loose object, or structure within 5 feet of the blade. On a hit, the target takes 4d12 force damage. This attack scores a critical hit if the number on the d20 is 18, 19, or 20. On one of these criticals, the blade deals an extra 8d12 for a total of 12d12, so that triples your damage. So look at that, on a crit, 12d12. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the blade up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see, and then make up to 2 melee spell attacks with it again. The blade can pass harmlessly through any barrier, including a wall of force. So look at that, you can make up to 4 attacks, and if you hit 4 crits, that's going to be 48 d12s in force damage. You talk about a 9th level spell, you get good with some rolls, that could do serious damage. So that's a good way to end it up with a good 9th level spell. So there's all the new spells that's covered in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.